Folks, this specific housing problem will only get worse. I'll get into that and then the latest home prices and insights for York Region for week ending October 16, 2024. I was recently called to a home where the homeowners in their retirement age, they're in their 70s, and they said, Santo, we want to downsize. Come and talk to us. We know what we want to buy. So I went over to visit them, and they said, we saw a bungalow for sale down the street. We want to buy that. We want to sell our home. They had a large 2-story home. They want to sell that, and they want to buy the bungalow. I said, okay, well, let's get started. So I start off with looking at their home and estimating a price for their home. And as we're touring the main floor, I could see that they've set up a bedroom and they've rejigged the main floor, which is where they're living. So they've rejigged one of the rooms to be a bedroom, and the powder room, they've expanded it so it includes a shower. That's where they're living, on the main floor. And when it came to the second floor in the basement, they said, Santo, stairs are a challenge for us. We've not been upstairs in over a year now. So help yourself, go up, have a look, but we're not coming with you. So I had a look at the home, came down, kind of show them what's going on with the market, estimated a price for their home. And now we're looking at the bungalow. They said in driving, back and forth from wherever they're going, they saw the for sale sign on this bungalow. That's what they want to buy. And when I pulled that up and showed them the price, the bungalow is priced more than what their home would potentially sell for. This was a shocker. I had to show them. I had to keep showing them my laptop, look. And then I showed them other bungalows that have sold. There's not many. Bungalows are very rare to find in a city. It's not that many that we see. So when I'm looking around and showing them bungalows that have sold over the course of the year, again, not many, they can't believe the prices of these bungalows. And their whole plan was to downsize. Their plan was to sell their house, buy something. Their home is mortgage free. Their plan was to buy another home, smaller home, a bungalow, because they can't do stairs, and mortgage free, and have money in the bank to do what they want to do, help their kids, whatever it is that they want to do. That ain't happening. It's not going to work out in the city. So we started coming up with other options. They were saying, well, what if we go kind of out of this neighborhood? Well, anywhere remotely close, it wouldn't work out. And we did find some bungalows that budget-wise would work out for them. They liked the actual bungalow itself, and price-wise, it would work out for them to be able to buy it mortgage-free and have money left over for them to hit their goals that way. But they'd have to go out an hour approximately from where we were now. And that was just too far. They said, our kids are in the area. We don't want to be out that far. Okay, so we started talking about other options. And I said, there's condos that you could move into, fairly good-sized condos, actually. They don't have to be little tiny ones. There's good-sized condos in their neighborhood that you can move into. They didn't like the condo idea. They said, our grandkids come, they play in the backyard. We don't want to go in the condos. So we're looking at all this and the different options. Now, there would be other people in their situation okay driving out an hour and being more out into the country. It wasn't for them. And there are other people in their situations that are happy selling the big family home and moving into a condo. It wasn't for them. Now, if they were to buy the condo in their neighborhood, they'd either have to get a mortgage to make up the difference, which doesn't make any sense, or they'd have to use their savings to top up to buy the bungalow, which also doesn't make sense. Their whole point was to downsize. One is because physically they can't do stairs and they've got this big house that makes no sense for just 2 people to live in. And to have money left over. That's the whole point. So why buy and then use your savings? It makes no sense. So we're looking at all this. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, well, if none of these options appeal to them, and who am I to say this is what you should do? I mean, these people have worked hard their whole life. They've managed to pay off whatever mortgage was on this. This is how they're living right now. I'm not going to tell them you have to move an hour. This is your only option, or, forget it. You should go into the condo. If it's not something they like, something they're prepared to do, it's their choice. My job is to help them to achieve their goals. And so we're looking at all this, and I said, look, can you afford where you are right now? Like financially, can you afford the upkeep here? And their attitude was, oh yeah, easily we can afford. We just don't use the whole house. I go, so if you can afford to be here, and are you comfortable? And their attitude was, well, yeah, we're comfortable here. It's a big house and we were hoping to downsize. I go, well, unless your attitude changes towards either driving out an hour to be in the house you want to be, or to be in this neighborhood and go into a condo, or unless some other inventory appears, some other bungalow appears in your price point, which is highly unlikely, the market, this is what it is. It's a shock for a lot of people in their situation that smaller bungalow than where they live now actually costs more, the same or more than what they're selling. It's a shocker for them. So unless something changes there, it doesn't make sense for you guys to sell. If you're not going to drive an hour or get in a condo, it makes no sense. So that's kind of how we left it, that they were probably better off for now anyways, unless something changes with their thought of what makes sense to them. They're going to stay in this big house living on the main floor. And a ton of people, the population is getting older. There's a ton of people dealing with this right now, and many, many more to come, just because the population is getting older. And I don't know what the solution is there. I wish there were more bungalows at fair prices, because, unfortunately, we're all headed this way. We're all getting older. Body parts, they start not to work the same. You're going to have issues with stairs. It's just part of getting older. Well, housing doesn't really accommodate for this very well. Builders have built homes where the money is, and the bungalow kind of fell off the drafting board because the profits weren't there. And now the population is demanding for these bungalows, and they're just difficult to find unless you go way out. I'd love to hear your thoughts below. If you feel this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. And if you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. There's a link up here, another one below this video in the description. Click on that. It's a link to my calendar. Book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Folks, so what's going on with detached properties across York Region? That's why you're here. Let me show you. So we're going to be looking at detached properties for Richmond Hill, Markham, and Vaughan. We're going to start off with Vaughan. For week ending October 16, 23 detached properties were sold. Now, let's look at 23 as a number. Well, it's much lower than where we were the previous week of 34, but 23 is kind of in line to what we've been doing for most of the fall, the end part of August. So 23, if we look at the last 2.5 months or so, seems kind of normal right now. 4 of those sold at $2 million or more. Average sold price, though, kind of looks like it's been trending down. It's now at $1,565,000, which is the lowest average sold price we've had this whole year. 1,565,000. 1,565 is 6% lower than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 7% lower. 23 we said were sold, only 13% sold at list price or more. That percentage has been coming down. Listings have been trending down. Active listings, not so much, kind of flat. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 or so weeks ago, we're at 535 active listings, 539, 513, 517, 512. So yeah, maybe they're coming down, barely noticeable. Months of inventory, however, is noticeable. It's up now at 5.1 months of inventory. It was coming down. It's now up to 5.1, right at the top end of a balanced market, bottom end of a buyer's market. So you're going to have slightly different markets there. 33 is the average days on market. Now that's listings days on market, meaning you have a listing on the market for 3 months, it doesn't sell. You cancel that, you relist with a new price, it sells in 1 week. Well, that's 7 days on market. It goes by when the listing is sold. It does not include the 3 months it was on the market before that. So this is listings days on market. If we were to take property days on market, which is next to impossible to calculate on a weekly basis, this number would be much, much higher. Here's Richmond Hill. 22 detached properties were sold, same amount we sold the previous week. And 22, we've got to go way back to middle of June to get to 22 in a week. So 22 is one of the better weeks we've seen in a long time in Richmond Hill. 5 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price, way down than what we normally see. It's now at $1,713,000. And 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like it's third or fourth or so lowest average sold price that we've had this whole year. 1,713 is 5% lower than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 3% lower. 22 were sold, 27% sold at list price or more. That percentage is lower than what we've been normally seeing, where we've been in the mid 30% to 40 and 42%. Listings trending down. Active listings trending down slightly. Months of inventory also trending down over the last little while. We're now at 4.7 months of inventory, pretty much a balanced market. Here's Markham. 20 detached properties were sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price up a little bit from the previous week. It's now at $1,593,000. 1,593 is 6% lower year over year. If we kind of go back to the beginning of the fall or so, or mid-September, we were 3% lower, 10% lower, 5% lower, 9% lower, 6% lower. You're kind of seeing a pattern there. We are 6 to 9% lower overall over the last few weeks versus this time a year ago. The median price is 8% lower. The dotted line, it's a 4-week moving average, and you can see that average price and median price have been trending down for the fall market. 20 were sold. Half of those, though, 10 sold at list price or more. Listings has been trending down, although it's up a little bit from the previous week, but overall trending down. Active listings is increasing, actually, and months of inventory down a little bit from the previous week, but still kind of there at the top end of a balanced market, sitting at 4.8 months of inventory. Here's a quick summary. 5.1 in Vaughan, 4.7 in Richmond Hill, 4.8 in Markham. Condos for York Region way up there at 7.3. But if we just focus on a detached market, you're either going to experience, in most cases, a balanced market or maybe even a buyer's market, because there's some pockets that, there's just not, depending on the home type in the neighborhood, not many houses often come up for sale. And then there's others where there's a whole bunch of properties sitting there waiting for a new owner that's not showing up. So they're just sitting there. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.